I don't tolerate nonsense. I don't tolerate BS. These bad vibes is a really sad
Very
thing.
touchy topic.
It's a very sad thing because obviously it's your boy MrCV. I told you this is a 2-part topic, which obviously we've got another second part for you of the conversation. And this second part is a really deep part because it's a very good question that was brought out by Mr. Breeze himself. And this was a question which says, nobody likes bad vibes, but how do we get rid of our parents? Now, before we get into this topic, before we dilute this topic here, or we give it the antidote, when we talk about getting rid of your parents, we're not talking about disrespecting your parents or getting rid of them as in now chuck them out of your house or anything. No. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about bad vibes as in, let me let you explain that bad vibes part because you're the one that has the topic, so you know what you meant by that and why you said that.
So, if I'm in the home with my parents, I'm like literally like not myself. I'm moving robotic. I'm moving in a certain way where they're not trying to police me. They don't know the real me with my people outside. It's sad. You're never really yourself. That's bad vibes.
What I was talking about in terms of bad vibes is in your parents are supposed to support you.
That's it.
In any way or
anything,
form.
yeah.
And we've got a lot of our parents that sometimes they don't support you or support their vision. And just because they can't do it or because they didn't do it, doesn't mean you couldn't do it. So let's say, for example, you wanted to study a particular course and you tell your parents, oh, this is the course I want to study. And they're like, no, don't study this course, study that course.
That's a very good point, yeah.
So that support is not there. Those are the kind of bad vibes that they could be giving you support.
100%.
And obviously, sometimes they might say in a jokey way, but I don't think they take into consideration how you feel. I actually had one scenario of a person that basically his mom and dad lives together, and even though they both live together, somehow they stay in separate rooms. The child has a better relationship with the mom. Yeah. Normally, if he wants to go visit them, he just message the mom that, oh, I'm coming to visit. Yeah. But because they both live together, mom and dad, it's supposed to make sense that once I'm coming to visit one person,
100%,
I'm also coming to visit both.
As well,
But what the dad wants, he wants them to
message him as well.
Physically message him and say, I'm coming to. So already bad vibes everywhere. To avoid all these issues. Yeah. He now messaged the dad and say, oh, dad, I'm coming to visit you. As soon as he got there, his dad was inside the room. And he was singing, and obviously the guy could hear that him singing, yeah. And the guy calls up his dad about 5 times. Wow! When he calls his dad 5 times, dad didn't pick up, but he could hear that the guy was singing. He now calls his mum. Wow! And he said to his mum, he said, look, this is the reason why I don't like coming to visit. And that's also part of the bad vibe because some parents give people bad vibes to the point where they're even scared to go visit their own personal house. When he now calls up his mum to say, listen, this is the situation, his mum now calls the dad picks up. So obviously the dad now calls him and say, oh, where are you? Let's say your friends are the one that did that when you called them 5 times. Would you now block their number?
Of course.
But when it came to our parents, even though they were giving us that bad vibe, because that kind of situation, that's a big situation.
Very good point. That is a
big situation.
You don't like get mixed up with friends and parents in certain positions. Obviously, they've brought you up, they've done this, they've done that, they've helped you to be the man and the woman today. This is what you got to come across. Bad vibes is bad vibes. It doesn't change for anybody. It doesn't change for anybody. If you need to mute them on WhatsApp or mute them on this and that, obviously maybe keep their number or whatever. It's a bit difficult depending on the situation. Even if it has to be a block them, because at the end of the day, bad vibes will forever be bad vibes. I'll even give you a very good story of my friend. He wanted to be a baller. It's a typical story.
Yeah, he wanted to be a football player.
And his parents they were like, yeah, go and train, do what you need to do. They wanted him to even be a footballer. They believed in what he was doing, but they didn't want to put the money in. Wow. They didn't want to invest into him. They said that it's too much money. Why do I need to put this? Why do I need to put that? But is everything not about investing? Is everything not about putting the future in?
Like a lot of parents, they don't realize that children are a big investment. Big investment.
But they see it the opposite way in terms of go and collect my thing in the market or go and Can you go and pick up your younger brother in some, you know, them ones there?
We're not here to come and disrespect our parents at all. We're just here to obviously shed light on this topic. But I know a lot of people scared to go home.
There is a barrier, you know. They don't even know where their line is, where the respect come, you know.
Because it's also part of that bad vibes. Is that why are you scared to go into your own house? Imagine
dodging.
Imagine paying rent in your house and then being scared to go inside your own house. People are gonna be like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? Like, what's wrong? And it's part of that because you know when you go home, there's no peace of mind for you.
No, there's not. They're not open-minded. This is the problem as well. They're not willing to open their mind. They're not willing to try new things. They're not willing to understand that the world is changing. We're moving at a quick pace. I would appreciate you just catching on little by little what you can learn today, little by little. Most of us come from like not a developed country, a place where it's not as developed as where we are now. So they would do everything they can to do what they're doing and to just survive, just to get little money and do this and that. But hang on. If I'm going for the maximum level of being creative, doing some stuff that it can potentially change someone's life, in terms of me being creative or me doing music or me going into Netflix or whatever, why would it matter for you to now tell me to now change? You know, everyone wants the best, but really and truly, you don't even know what's best for you.
Going back on that investment part, and that footballer.
Yeah, man.
Because Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, his dad sold his whole house just for him to become a Formula 1 driver. Crazy. And I'll be honest with you, my question to a lot of you out there, how many of your parents is ready to even sell their shoes? How many of them is even ready to sell their clothes just to make sure that, just to put something towards whatever you're doing? Answer is going to be not a lot.
Forget it.
Not a lot.
That percentage will be wide.
Not a lot. For a person, you know what, I have to respect Lewis Hamilton's dad for him to sell his whole house and believed in. A lot of our parents is just audio belief. When I mean audio belief is they just say I believe in you. But deep down, if you open up their heart or you open up their chest and look deep down in their thoughts, you see that they don't really They don't really believe that. I'm
telling you, bro. Even the very good thing you've just picked up is they're pessimists. They don't believe in it until you're now getting scouted from football. The money's coming in now. Now they're gonna believe. Why didn't you believe before? They're not. I don't blame people who don't bring them in. You know,
they don't believe. But once it starts to happen, then they start saying, I've always believed it.
Oh, Jesus,
it's a lie.
Man.
It's a lie.
You already know about that.
If you're doing that already, check yourself. It's a lie.
Like,
he's my son.
You know what it was?
No, you haven't. It's a lie.
Like, you know, I would just appreciate parents to be like, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was like yourself. I wanted to do something like this, and I didn't believe in myself. You know, and I'm sorry if I'm throwing my fear on you, but this is just the reality of me. If you can,
you know what? You know what? I'm happy you said about the pessimist part, because they're always thinking of the negative outcomes.
100%.
A lot of them,
100%, man.
They want a case where something is guaranteed, like when we know that there's 90%
like
guaranteed.
You're standing, it's there. Like, oh man, like
when it comes to taking risk, not a lot of people like to take risk at all. They don't want to take that risk where they know that the percentage might be low.
They're used to doing what everyone is doing in terms of making sure you're getting past the month, getting by, doing this, doing that. Your son wants to aim high. Put some money into it. You see it as an investment. Do you want me to now become you? You've now grew up your kids in a developed country, in a developed, well-known place, and now you're telling me to be someone I'm not.
Like I said, I'm gonna say again. Obviously, these are not topics to disrespect anyone's parents or to disrespect our parents.
Of course not.
These are just topics where, obviously, we feel passionate about it, and I'm sure a lot of people also feel some parents can be bad vibes in terms of not giving them enough support, not providing that emotional support in terms of just that extra boost in confidence to know that, listen, whatever I do, my parents are always behind me.
That's it.
Because a lot of parents, some of them are so super negative about everything. I want to do this, nah, don't do that. I want to do that, don't do that one. Without no specific reasons apart from, just go face your book, or it's not going to bring you enough money. One of the biggest issues I have is we think life is straight, as in go to primary school, go to secondary school, go to college, go to uni, get a job, and then get married. And then once there's a shift or diversion within that process, there's a problem. There's a problem. Parents will now put their hands on it. Oh,
I'm telling you,
what have I done wrong?
I'm telling you.
Have I not trained this child properly? A lot of the time, it's not about you. Probably haven't done anything wrong. The child just probably thought to himself, listen, this life you're trying to put me through is not me.
It's not the only way, bro.
I want to try something different. I want to do something different. But when you now say you want to do something different, a lot of parents now look at it as if they've done something wrong or they've not brought you correctly. No. Don't be looking at that. Those are also part of the bad vibes too.
That's it.
Not giving, like I said, your child that support.
This is why I say, like, when you come home from school or uni or whatever, and you've got a belief, you've got a vision, your energy is so good, you believe in your vision like it's a religion, and your parents just crush it, saying, nah, I don't think it will work for you, just because in terms of where they don't believe in you, or because they feel like they can't do it themselves. There's tons of reasons, and you know, at the end of the day, you just got to be reasonable and say, look, you know, I'm going to cut you off. If it comes to the case, like I said before, like the guy had to experience, if I don't know whether he blocked his dad from doing the thing, you know, stuff like that just needs to happen, because bad vibes will never change.
And you know, these are the kind of things that doesn't give us as a community confidence to be able to speak up what is right.
That's it.
Because we know what's right.
100%.
But because we've accepted that, they're my parents, I can't say this, and I'm not saying shout at your parents, but you need to sometimes there is a need to let them know that, listen,
facts,
this is not right.
You know,
I'm a person that I don't tolerate what is not right. If something's not right,
facts,
I'm telling you that this is not right. A lot of the time I see a lot of people around me that within my community that they know this is not right,
and they still do it,
and they still continue to accept it. I don't accept things such as that.
Feel you, bro.
I don't accept things such as that. Like I said, this topic I'm going to reinstate. I'm going to say it again. We're not asking you to go and disrespect your parents, to go and fight your parents, to go and abuse your parents. No, that's not what MrCV is about. That's not what Mr. Breezy is about. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is just to open up your mind, to be able to see some of these things that, and some of us are facing, or maybe a lot of us are facing, and to be able to have an open discussion, to be able to share our feelings, to be able to say, listen, obviously our parents or people around us, they've been brought up in a certain way, but that doesn't mean you need to also follow the same way. You can have your own mind according to you, to what you feel is best for you.
If you know that in a way where, you know, you like he says, he doesn't tolerate when someone has either lied or done something wrong to him, you know, put it in a professional tone. I don't like what you done, you know, and just keep it simple. I mean, some people can't take it in. Obviously, parents is one of the most hardest people, probably the hardest people to take it in when they done something wrong, because at that age, they're not willing to learn. They're not willing to say that I'm learning every day. With stuff, they're even too embarrassed, pride, all of these stuff just kicks in. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you can kind of tolerate that, you know, then I feel like you're not being real with yourself. Sometimes you gotta go.
Let's leave it there. Obviously, we're passionate about some of these things, and obviously we might come up as, okay, we're a bit different from how normal or how people are supposed to think in our society, but we don't mind. Sometimes I don't mind standing alone if I know it's the truth. I'll continue to speak the truth, and I'll continue to say how I feel about certain things. You might not agree with me, and that's not a problem. I'm always open to discussion. I'm always open to learn. From that, I'm going to leave you there. It's your boy, MrCV. Have a nice day, and keep safe.